story time. I am driving, so I'm like, I might as well make a little story time because I do get bored when I drive. But if you're new here, this your girl MishaylaMariee, back at it again. And yeah, so the story time for today is about this time that I worked at this warehouse, because I just went to one of their like other places that they own to do something that I needed to do. But I worked at this warehouse, and it was basically a bunch of people there that worked. It involved boxes of sorts. I can't say too much and put into too much detail, but they had an AM shift and they had a PM shift. I started off working the AM shift, and a bunch of people would work here. Like, it would be rotating a lot because there was always new people everywhere, and they would always come in at a bunch of different times. Just how the place was. It was a warehouse. So while I was working there was a new man that started working there, and of course, like, I've always been a chatty Cathy, so I would like talk to him, and found out that like he had a wife, and like they had just had another baby, and they had 2 sons together. And I thought that was so cute and sweet. It was just very cute. So I was like, okay, like, he's cool. And like, I would talk to him about a bunch of stuff. We would go to Starbucks after sometimes, not just us one-on-one. Like, it would obviously be other people there too, because like, again, he's married. Like, that's inappropriate. So yeah, so we would all go and do stuff. And then we got a new coworker. She was very pretty. She was tall, skinny, nice build, super sweet young girl. She had 3 daughters. Because I'm a chatty Cathy, I would always talk to everyone. So I talked to her, found out she had 3 little girls, and that's why she was there trying to work, because they give really good health insurance, and it was just great for, you know, everyone. So she's there, and everything's going good. We all start to get to know each other more. She starts to get to know him more. And eventually he ends up giving her a ride home or something of the sort, because I think she didn't have a car at the time or something. So he gives her a ride home, and then that's where their relationship starts. So they start their relationship, and basically, I guess somehow it became a romantic relationship. So he starts, and keep in mind, he's not attractive at all. He's on the bigger side. He looked what we call a dusty man. He was a dusty man, but he was nice. He had a good heart, and he seemed like he was like down to earth and like all of that. So fast forward, maybe like a month later, he's like, yo, like, can we talk? Like, I really just need someone to talk to. Keep in mind, I've always been interested in helping people. So when he tells me that he needs someone to talk to, I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I can meet you at this time. Like, I think I was doing something at the time. So I end up going to meet him. We meet at a public place, obviously, because again, that's inappropriate. I feel like it was low-key still inappropriate for me to meet him, but whatever. So we start talking once we meet up at this public place, and we talk about how, like, I guess he tells me that his wife tried to kill herself because she was going through postpartum or something, and she like threatened to kill herself and kill their children. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know, like, that's so crazy. Like, I feel so bad for you. And I'm like, okay, what are you gonna do? Like, that's a lot. He's like, yeah, like, she went to go stay with her sister or her mom or something like that. I forgot. And he was gonna try to figure out if his mom could like keep the kids or something. Also, his brother worked at the same warehouse as us, and his brother very much kept to himself and like knew a little bit of something that was going on, but he didn't know everything because the guy told me that he didn't tell his family everything. So little 19-year-old me is like, wow, like, that's really crazy. Keep in mind, this is a grown man. He has to be 15, 16 years my senior. So I'm very inexperienced and have no idea what is actually happening. So I'm like, okay, cool, give him benefit of the doubt and go on about my business. And I'm like, yo, let me know if you need anything. Like, that's really crazy. So then I go to work and I find out that him and the girl are like dating or something. Somebody had told me. And this older gentleman, shout out to him, his name is Donnie, he's fucking hilarious, he's a Libra too, shout out to him. He was like, hey, like, be careful and don't hang out with him and don't be around him. Like, I don't think that's safe for you. Because he knew that I was very young and super naive and like had no idea of what was actually going on. I was just literally trying to be nice and trying to make sure that everybody was like good, because like that's the type of energy that I have. Like, I always want to make sure that everybody's okay and like you have everything that you need. So fast forward, remember, he started that romantic relationship with that girl. So one morning we're all working together. I'm working at the top pushing boxes down, and the girl comes over and she's like, fuck you, bitch, you blah 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 blah, stay away from him, fuck you. So I'm looking at her like, is she talking to me? I know she's not talking to me, but I guess she was talking to me. So I'm looking at her, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then she's like, she starts to cry, and I'm just like, what is going on? Because let's go backwards really quick. The Friday before, we had worked together, and I told her like, I was like, I'm gonna go get some food, and she was like, oh, okay, like, cool, like, can I come with you? Like, I don't have a car. So I was like, okay. I had a rental at the time because I had gotten in a car accident and my car was messed up. So I had a rental and my car was like getting worked on. So she hops in the car with me. I think we went to like El Pollo Loco or somewhere like that. We got food and then we went back and we were just sitting in the car eating and like chatting. She's like, this is a really nice car, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, like, it's not even my car. Like, my car is like getting fixed, whatever, it's a rental. And she was cool, like, it ended well, it was fine. She had asked me to model some hair for her because she was trying to start a hair company. So I was like, okay, cool, like, I'll model some hair for you. I get the hair installed. I think I paid like $200 to get the hair installed by one of my friends. Shout out to her, I miss you, girl. And she installed the hair, but I didn't like it at all. Like, it looked way too dark on me. I looked like it was giving wiggy. So I was like, no, like, I don't like this. I'll insert a picture somewhere here where you guys can see what it looks like. Very different from how I look. So yeah, so I took pictures and then sent her the pictures of the hair, whatever, and then I immediately proceed to take the hair out, which, keep in mind, I didn't know that girl was like really, toxica. Like, I thought that she was regular, but no, she was not regular. So the next weekend comes, that's when she yells at me saying, fuck you, bitch, stay away from him. So I'm like, okay, like, that's crazy where I work. So I didn't even say anything. I was just like, what? She didn't try to touch me or nothing. I was just like, so then I look over and I see Donnie, which is the older gentleman that told me to stay away from him, and he just like is laughing and smiling and shaking his head, and he's like, I told you. So then I'm like, I'm going to ask him like later on, like, hey, like, what is actually going on? Like, I'm so confused. And then he proceeds to tell me that the fat ugly man is fucking with the girl. She's so pretty, which I'm like, she could do so much better than that, but like, to each his own. So she's fucking with him. We all know that he's married, so I'm like, why would you cross that boundary and like sleep with a married man? Crazy. So then that happens, and then the guy's like kind of trying to come talk to me, and I'm like, no, like, don't talk to me, like, I just don't want any issues. Like, anytime a man can't control his woman, I think that that's very unattractive on both sides. So I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to be involved with this. I'm literally a little 19-year-old that has nothing to do with anything. I have no children. I don't know what this is about. I don't know like anything about anything. So fast forward a little bit, the days go on, he still tries to talk to me. I'm like, no, I'm okay, like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, good, don't talk to me. Like, he would talk to me and I wouldn't say anything to him, because I'm like, I literally don't want to be involved with any of this ratchet drama. Like, this is too much. So then I get a Snapchat, because I had him on Snapchat, because that was like the thing during that time. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I had him on Snapchat, and I had blocked him. Somehow his wife had gotten my Snapchat. So then she Snapchats me and she's like, hey, like, I'm not sure if you're the one. I might have these saved, and if I have these saved, I will show you guys. She's like, I'm not sure if you're the one that has been like fucking with my husband. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh no, that's my coworker. I'm so fucking like, whatever. So I'm like, I don't even want to be involved, but I'm still like, you know, that little inch of like tea. I'm like, oh, this is juicy as hell. So then me and the wife start messaging each other back and forth. She's telling me that, oh, she came home because she was dealing with the law and had to go away, and she had found out that he was cheating on her, and that's why she went away. She said that she had never threatened to hurt herself or her children, that he had just made that up, which that's what Donnie was telling me, that he's literally trying to manipulate me and make me feel sorry for him so he can like do weird stuff, inappropriate things. But I was like, no, like, I'll feel sorry for you, but like, that's never gonna happen. Like, you literally look like a toad. But whatever. So he literally tells me this, and he's like, yeah, or no, I'm talking to the wife. She's messaging me on Snapchat. She tells me like, oh my gosh, like, this bitch has her toothbrush at my house. I was like, oh girl. And I guess like she had been around her kids, and the wife was just like, this is so inappropriate. Like, I literally just want to have some words with her. Like, when do you guys all work? And I like told her, I was like, but don't tell anybody that it was me telling now. I was like, yeah, like, we work at this time, like, she'll be here, she's on the schedule. I think I sent her like a screenshot of the schedule. I'm like, here you go, girl, like, don't even worry, like, you need to definitely handle that, like, best of luck to you, like, type shit. But basically, I had told her everything that happened, and she was just like, okay, like, I really appreciate it, because I just feel like woman to woman, like, I wouldn't want anybody fucking with my husband, so like, why would I interfere with her investigation? I'm not gonna interfere with her investigation. I'm a girl's girl. I'm gonna make sure my girls are good. Like, he chose to go out and do weird shit. You knew you were married. Why are you trying to pursue these young women? Like, it's just so crazy. And then for her, the other woman that was a young girl, she was really, really pretty. She had to be like in her mid-20s at the time, because she had 3 daughters. She was super pretty. But I think she just had low self-esteem. I don't know what happened between her and her previous man's or her children's father, but it was just like, it was giving a little bit of desperate energy, and I was very disappointed for her, because I'm like, you're very pretty and like, you're attractive, like, you don't need to go after a married man that's fat and unattractive. Like, you need to focus on yourself and grow yourself and make sure that you're doing good and your daughters are good. And I think I had told her that when we went to go eat, like, you know, just like, work on you, make sure you're good and all of that. But, you know, to each his own. If she wants to chase after a fat ugly man, then so be it. The way you get him is the way you'll lose him. Always remember that, ladies. So if he's cheating or you're cheating, that's the same way you got him, that's the same way you're gonna lose him. And yeah, but that's the story. I'm not sure what happened after that, because I think shortly after that I moved to the PM shift, and that's drama for another day. That's spilled tea somewhere else. But this was me spilling the tea, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you on the flip side. Deuces.